Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 50 of Red Dirt and Stardust, a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition Western and pirate science fantasy campaign. So, where last we left off, the group finally left Serenity Rock. On their way to the new location, Brokenbranch, they encountered some strange creatures in the road, sea creature-like creatures. After some skillful magic turning creatures against each other, they managed to subdue them and kill them all. They were then attacked by two water elementals that rushed in from a quickly flooding land, the sky filling with storms. And they finally found their way to a pirate ship that has been sitting in the middle of an open field that was filled with water. As they got on board, they found a ton of fish people, and one in particular that has two shark heads that has just asked them what their business is on the boat. And we begin there as this big two-headed shark man crosses his arms. You got business with the dread pirate Vivian?
Adrien steps forward and he says, no business, whatsoever. We were just traveling when all of a sudden that our entire area was flooded with seawater.
Hmm.
This just happened to be the safest place, I guess, for us outside of being in the water.
Maybe not the safest. If you don't have any business with us, we'll probably have to turn you into chum.
Okay, maybe we're we don't need to do the threats thing. That
Oi, the dread pirate Vivian needs to keep up a reputation. We can't just have random people
for
boarding
what?
our
Plus,
boat.
Flooding
Well, I
wheat
mean,
fields?
it's not much of a boat if it's stuck in the ground.
plus, who's gonna know?
Chauncey's just gonna be like, I mean, you can try. I don't think it's going to end particularly well for you.
Oh, so it's a challenge.
Not helping,
Oh,
Chauncey.
All
and
right.
we're
As he kind of steps forward.
yeah.
What's
Does the
what's this
Dread
guy got
Pirate
weaponized?
Vivian know why the storm is here and why all the water is here?
As far as I'm aware, no.
We talk to her?
She's
Wow.
busy.
I don't think I wanna. I'm cool.
Yeah,
So you
she's
guys, how
busy.
did you guys get here?
She's trying to figure that out.
Yeah, so are we.
So you don't want to be here either.
Nope.
Great, awesome. So listen, we're gonna cut right to the chase. That's what I think our play is, because option two is we fight, so might as well try, I guess. We're just trying to make all the water stop. So if you got any clues on that, because it seems like you're not particularly interested in having your ship landlocked out here either. So seems like our interests might be aligned here.
Sure. A little. But like I
Okay.
said, the dread pirate Vivian is busy.
With who? Or what? That she can't talk to us.
That's none of your business.
Chauncey's gonna ready an action.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right, this is how it's gonna go. You can either tell us, or I can read your mind. I'm just
okay.
gonna put that out there.
We're, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna walk up and activate my fake presence. Just try one last attempt at being friendly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be away from the rest of the party while I do it.
Oh yeah. How
It's
big is
only
the radius?
it's a 10-foot cube. So
Okay,
I,
that's
I
reasonable.
yeah, I just need to get just a little bit in front of y'all. And I
All
need
right.
what is it? I'm not gonna be threatening, like I'm not, not attacking here. I just need a wisdom saving throw. That's all. Right after I
Wisdom
unsettling
saving
words him and
throw.
say, hey, you don't really want to do this, do you, guy? So that's gonna be a minus D8 on that.
A minus D8. And you said it's wisdom.
Hmm.
All right. Well, he rolled a natural one, so none of your other things really matter.
That's fine. I get a bunch of those.
All right.
So he
So
is charmed, and well, actually, anybody who's within a 10-foot cube also needs to make that save, just if there are any other creatures. But
You
um,
must be in that area?
no, I moved up.
Okay, good.
I moved up. Like it decided to do a parlay. Listen, if we could maybe just chat with Vivian, see what she knows, maybe we could just be on our way. I don't know, snag one of these little dinghies here. Just scooch
question,
off.
how obvious is your Fey presence?
Very.
Ah,
Cool. As he kind of falls under your spell and he begins speaking, another of these sort of fish people steps forward. She looks like the rest of these creatures, with her regular sized arms and two tiny little arms that kind of come out of her rib cage. Except she's wearing a lot of bone jewelry, and she holds a staff that has some shark teeth sticking out of it. And she points at you. She's using magic and casts Guiding Bolt on you.
Oh, shit nuts.
Oh, he's gonna cast haste on himself when this attack goes off.
All
Yep,
right,
here we
so
go.
that's going to be 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so that's going to
Uh,
be 16 points of radiant damage as she blasts you with a guiding bolt.
well, that wasn't very nice, now was it?
And she very obviously wields her staff in a very menacing manner, like she's about to charge forward and smash you with it. And how long does your Fey presence last?
Oh gosh, I think it lasts a bit. Let's see
I
here.
thought it only
Well,
lasted until.
Like the next
yeah,
round.
it's just a little bit. It's till the end of my next turn.
All right.
So whenever that is, I don't know.
All right. So she's very obviously on the attack, this priestess, shamaness, whatever you may call it. So I'm going to ask you to roll initiative as she
Yep.
charges forward with her staff.
Yep, yep, yep,
all
yep,
of
yep.
us?
Yep,
Yes.
yep, 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 yep.
Okay. That's going to be a dirty
God.
20.
21.
Okay.
Finally got a decent one.
20 for Adrien, 21 for Marcus.
Don't forget to add your D8 to that dirty 20 if you didn't already do it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah,
That's going to be 23.
there it
A
is.
23 for Adrien instead of a dirty 20.
We got a 14.
14
And
for
I
Jed.
want my shadows. I think my shadow spawn was kind of like hovering over the side of the ship to not be seen, and as soon as the combat started, like well, scarily flies out over top of me, and I'm like, you really don't want to do this.
All
Chauncey
right.
got a 7
Oh my
because
God.
casting haste on yourself at the beginning of the combat takes a little something, you know? It's like
All
he's
right.
shooting up steroids right there. It's fine.
Cool. All right. So first one up is you, Adrien, followed by Marcus and then the priestess.
One moment, please. Um, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's the same thing. Where is that spell? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna look at the priestess, and I'm going to do shadow puppets at third level. Um, that is going to be 21.
To hit,
Yeah.
that'll hit.
All right.
So roll that damage.
That is going to be 26 damage.
Oof. Oh, that is a lot of damage to the priestess. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to do? Or do you still
Um,
have your movement speed?
I'd probably just like step closer to Marcus to like sort of quasi protect them.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
I'm kind of right up here, aren't I?
All right. Now it is Marcus's turn.
Fabulousness and fabulosity. He did still fail that charm effect, which is great. So cool for that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna take the opportunity to get away from the guy with shark heads, multiple.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so how about that lady that fired at me and we will Hex Eldritch Blast?
All right.
Stupid bitch. Where's my roller? That is a 21 on the first one
That'll hit.
and a 22 on the second one.
That'll hit.
Okay, and then this, and then that. Okay, and then two of these. That's total of 28, unless you need Necro or Force Split.
Nope, I do not. All
And
right.
that'll be Marcus. Yeah, let's call it like 15 feet back from what's his dude.
All right. Sounds good. At the end of your turn, both his shark heads kind of shake as he hey, realizes that he's been charmed.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
It is now the priestess's turn. She pulls out a sort of charm made of shark teeth with a huge tooth in the middle and presents it towards Adrien. She speaks in a language that you do not understand. And finally, she shouts, "Be gone!" And she
I'm gonna
casts
use
banishment on
counterspell.
you.
Ah,
Counterspell? All right, so you're gonna have to roll it because banishment is a
Yes, it's
fourth
a
level
fourth
spell.
level. All right, so it's just a flat charisma roll, I believe.
I believe so,
Um,
yes.
So I need to get at least a 9 in order for this to work. And I
oh, I
got a
thought she.
10. So I got a 15.
boom.
Wait,
All
I
right,
thought it was cast against me.
It
Yeah,
was.
he's
I
but
just said
counterspell.
anyone can
counterspell.
counterspell
Yeah.
any
He's
Oh, okay.
spell.
he's saving you.
Oh, thank you.
She attempted to banish you, to get
Oh,
you out of the fight because you dealt the most damage to her.
The Shadow Realm.
I
Sorry.
don't think so.
And this priestess kind of whips and hisses at you. As she holds up her charm of some strange deity. That is the end of her turn, which means that it is Jed, followed by the two-headed shark man.
All right. So is it we're not just fighting these two people. There's a whole like crew of fish people, right?
The fish people do not seem to be joining in.
So it's just us against two of them?
Yes.
Damn,
Oh,
fucking no loyalty among fish people, I guess. Um, am I able to angle a fireball to hit the two of them and not my friends?
Um, yes.
I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Dexterity saves, please, and I'm gonna heighten it.
All right, so it's disadvantage. So that would succeed. Um, it gets the two-headed shark man gets an 18.
Oof.
Meets it, beats it.
Silvery
Oof.
barbs.
Hey.
Um, that's a 10.
Woo.
Boom.
High Priestess. She's definitely failing it. Um,
Hell yeah.
yep, she's failing it. All right, roll your
Fireball.
damage.
This one dice is spinning for forever. That's D&D Beyond, that is unnecessary. Like, they take 31 fire damage.
31.
Nice.
Priestess dies. She is
Wasted a fucking
not.
counterspell on you.
Advantage to Jeff, I guess.
You
Yeah,
said 32 fire damage.
yeah.
All right,
And then I'm going to quicken spell a firebolt,
cool.
which is gonna be. I have an advantage on this.
Mhm.
17 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit him.
Ooh, that is big boy damage. It rolled good. That is 23 fire damage.
We'll take
Good
that.
Lord.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna have my shadow spawn hit him,
All right.
which is just another spell attack roll, which is gonna be a 24 to hit. And that's gonna be 10 cold damage.
And cold damage. All right.
You really should have just told us where your boss was.
All right.
I
It'll be
tried to
harder
be
to find
nice.
her when you're dead.
Oh shit. That's actually a good point.
Actually, oh shit. You said 32 points of fire damage?
Yes.
He's going to use a legendary resistance.
Oh.
So I'm actually going to.
And this
Sharp
man got
Scott
legendary
Bricks.
resistances?
Yeah, he does. All right. And so actually, he can do this. At the end of your turn, before his turn starts,
Yeah.
he raises his arms and roars as suddenly the air turns red and these sharks made of red light race around in a giant whirlpool, snapping at you.
Oh, for the love of hell.
Is this a spell or an ability?
It's an ability.
Well, then never mind.
Everybody has to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Bullshit.
All of us?
Yes.
Yeah. Mother God, I was this close to
Oh
18.
no, I did
Ooh.
bad.
21.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a 5.
I got an 8.
All right, so
Yay.
everybody who failed the dexterity saving throw, it was a DC 15. You're going to be taking 9 points of slashing damage. The rest of you are going to be taking 4 points of slashing damage.
Oh, don't forget,
Alright.
everyone had 8 on, so you have 5 more hit points than you normally would have.
Yep. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yep, as these spirit sharks completely and utterly attempt to eviscerate you. He is
All
then
right.
going
I
to.
also just rolled a concentration save and I failed. So my shadow spawn goes down.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I got a nat one.
You're
Oh,
friend from the other
damn.
side.
You-
Okay. So, yeah, he's going to charge forward. Um, and he's going to target. Actually, yeah, he's going to run forward. He runs forward at a speed of 50 feet, and he's going to go straight for Adrien.
Yeah.
What did you do to
Lovely.
them?
Right?
I did a lot of damage to their witch.
And he's going to turn around and try and smash you with his tail before biting you.
Okay, saving throw.
So 24 on the tail smash, and then I'm just going to roll for the bite so I can roll damage all at once. 23. So both of those hit.
I'm gonna silvery barbs the bite.
So that fails with a 2. So that
Yay.
means you
Give
only get hit with
myself
a
the
tail
advantage.
smash. So that's a D8 only. It's not great damage. So you're going to be taking 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this tail smashes down onto you. But as the mouths come towards you, snapping and biting, magic protects you.
Oh.
And that is the end of its turn. Which means that it is now Chauncey's turn.
So
Yay.
Chauncey got his haste off. His eyes are glowing gold. Some of the veins in his body are glowing gold at this point. There's steam coming off of him. He's gonna fucking charge the two-headed shark guy. And somebody gave him, I believe Marcus gave him a silvery barbs buff, correct? Did you do that? No, you didn't.
No, I gave it to Jed.
Ugh, lame.
I did. It was
Okay,
for his
so
firebolt.
I am hasted though, so I get 3 attacks on him and 4 if you count my bonus action. So attack number 1 is 30 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's gonna be 20 points of damage.
Kaboom.
Oof.
Attack number 2
Mm-hmm.
is 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's more damage. We don't hate to see that. That's going to be 23 damage.
All right.
And attack number 3, that is a dirty 20 to hit, but I'm also going to use my bonus action to cast Branding Smite before I hit him to add 2 more d6 to the damage.
Okay.
And do I need to divide any of my damages out, by the way?
No, you do not.
Oh, so many fucking ones. I hate to see
Hmm.
it. Okay. I'm also gonna Arcane Jolt to add another 2d6 damage to this hit.
Any more damage types you'd like to add?
So right now it's Bludgeoning, Fire, Radiant, and Force.
Want to add a fifth one?
Can't do that just yet.
Nope, not yet.
Ridiculous.
So that's 5 more Force damage added on top of that, which is 24 total damage.
Okay, he's dead. You smash your hammer right in between his heads and you split him in half.
Ah.
And at this point, most of the fish creatures are jumping overboard, leaving you alone on the deck of this ship.
Oh,
Guys
okay.
are cowards. Wow. Like this would have been bad for us if like any of you had joined in that. Like,
Now, was all of that really necessary? I mean, it's in my mouth.
all right, man, let's look around the ship and see if this lady's here. If she's not, do your brain eating thing, Adrien.
Yay.
If there's any left.
Well, I mean, there's
When
always a
you're
witch.
fighting with a hammer, the easiest way to ensure that you down something is to bash its brains in.
Can you just aim it so all the death goes the other way?
Oh, did you get some of the splatter on you?
It's in my mouth.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not gonna offer that.
Press
What's in
the
the ship?
Yeah.
I was just gonna like
Cleaning the brain bits off of it.
All right. So you open the door to underneath the cabin and you begin to wander around. It isn't long until you find a locked door to it appears to be a very fancy door. Um, on the plaque across the door, it does say Captain's Quarters in this beautiful sort of filigree that's clearly been etched into this metal plate that's been drilled into the door that has a porthole in it, but the glass is frosted. Um,
And is the lock magical? I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
um, the lock is not magical, but there are magical items in the room.
Oh, cool. Chauncey's
Alright.
going to just like reach into his massive black, slightly curly hair and pull out a hairpin, aka thieves' tools, and he's going to unlock the door.
All right.
Because I have proficiency in those too, because being an artificer.
Mhm.
19. I double my tool proficiency, so
Allah.
dexterity is only +2, proficiency is +4 for 8. So 29 to unlock this door.
Jeez. Yeah, that unlocks it. All right. So you open the door. Inside is a beautiful captain's quarters. There's a bit off to the side where there's clearly a nice bed with a screen that can be pulled. There's a sort of astrolabe in the middle of the room, or an armillary sphere, I should say. Um, it's a beautiful desk with a few um, bottles and other things on it. There's a bookcase with some fine-looking books on it, some displays of various swords, as well as a fan that is spread out. Chauncey, you would see that that fan is magical. Um, and behind the desk is a painting. It's strange. It's a desert with beautiful, almost Arabic architecture, um, in a beautiful mahogany frame. But standing in the center of the room, putting a bottle of what appears to be rum back into the center of this armillary sphere and closing it, giving it a spin as it spreads out, is a woman with blonde hair. She appears to be elvish, but she's incredibly pale. She also wears a tricorn hat and a vest, and she has a sword at her side as she turns. Well, you have attacked my ship. You have killed some of my crew. What business do you have here?
And you were just like down here the whole time. Like you didn't want to. Wow, no loyalty among fish people.
We are pirates.
All right. Uh, listen, we're just trying to make the water stop. I mean, we're really after the gunpowder witches, so if you got any info on that, but I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Unfortunately, I do not have any information on these gunpowder of witches, but you have boarded my ship, and
Mm-hmm.
therefore, unfortunately, I cannot let you live.
Of course
Oh,
not.
okay.
And her eyes flash as you hear squeaking and thumping from the hallway, growing louder and louder as she draws her sword. And I
Rats.
need everybody to to roll
Oh,
initiative.
initiative.
Did her
Oh,
eyes happen to flash red?
They did happen to flash red for but a brief moment.
Is this okay? Is she a vampire? Can I like nature check or history check that? I was raised by
Sure,
one.
you may certainly do that.
Uh
21.
20 27. 27.
She certainly gives off the air of a true vampire, not like a spawn or a Dhampir or anything. This seems to be a true vampire.
Chauncey's like,
Mm, Barrett.
I think she plays for my mom's team.
You,
She's
she's a
Are you saying
lesbian.
she's a lesbian?
She's heterosexual.
My mom's married to a man,
Yeah,
thank
but
you.
your mom is a woman, so like
I think she's a vampire,
I think
okay?
you could see how the how to get confused there, all right? Like
all levels.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna cry.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
sorry. We were just laughing because we thought you were a lesbian.
I thought you just
Did
said that
you
out loud.
like the beginning of a boss fight? We were just laughing because we thought you were a lesbian.
It's been a long day, all right? Like,
Oh my god.
From the
I need to go get
group
I'm coming down from pneumonia and I have a rescue inhaler now. I'm gonna fucking get that at this rate.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Sorry.
I got a 20 on initiative.
I got a 23.
I got
20,
7.
21.
20, 23, 21. Whoops, that's supposed to go down there. 21. And Adrian, you said you got a
1 second.
7.
Where's the
Don't forget to add a D8 to it for Gift of Alacrity.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
So 7
D8.
plus,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
just
roll
roll
a
a
D8
D8.
to add it to your initiative roll.
7.
That's a +1.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
get an 8.
there
Sometimes
we
it helps.
go.
Sometimes it doesn't. I added up last fight and I went last too.
Yep.
All right, let me just roll quick. Yep. All right. So it looks like most of you are going before Dread Pirate Vivian. So it looks like first up is going to be Chauncey, followed by Jed, then Marcus, then Dread Pirate Vivian.
So Chauncey burned up all of his haste spell slots, but haste wore off way before we got here.
Mm-hmm.
So he only has 2 attacks. But he can branding smite one. Because if she is a vampire, radiant damage is not going to be her friend. He knows this.
Very true.
So I'm gonna bonus action branding smite. First is an 18 to hit.
That will hit. She is not really wearing armor.
Do you need me to divide out any of the fire, bludgeoning, or radiant damage?
No.
Okay. Oh, I got some sixes in this one. Some ones, but some sixes.
You like that?
That's 27 points of damage on that hit.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm going to go for my second attack.
All right.
That's a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'm going to arcane jolt this one, so it'll deal, instead of extra radiant, this one's going to deal extra force damage.
All right.
Okay. Not as good. 21 points of damage on that one.
Oof. As you smash into her body, the radiant damage takes the obvious effect that it does against vampires. Her veins turn a little black, her skin blisters a little more, and you know that she will not be able to heal as quickly, but you must keep pressing that radiant damage. Let me really quickly read something.
Branding Smite does add something weird to her, I think. I think she sheds light now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She can't go invisible.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'm just Googling it real quick.
Don't attacks against her also have advantage or something?
Sheds dim
believe
light, can't
so.
become invisible. Unfortunately, attacks against
Oh.
That's a guiding bolt. Yeah.
That's a
not
guiding
bad.
bolt, yeah.
Branding Smite, not as good. But add some d6s to my swings, so I do it. That's 2 of my 5
Yeah.
arcane jolts for the day.
All right. She is going to make an unarmed strike against you because reasons. That's probably not going to hit as her hand lunges out at you. So that's going to be a 16 to hit.
My base AC is 18 currently, so I'm just gonna parry that with the shaft of Fire Maul.
Cool. As she clang. All right. So that is the end of Chauncey's turn. Unless you have something else that you want to do.
Bonus action was Branding Smite, so I
Oh,
can't do
so
anything there. Lovey
yeah.
Mate is next to me though, so that she can use her reaction, and she's taking dodge.
Cool.
Oh,
All right.
damn it. I gotta let my cat out.
Okay. Well, we have. Oh. Well, we'll switch turns at this moment. So, Jed, you get to go before.
It only took me a second.
Oh, okay. So then, Marcus, you get to go. Marcus.
He doesn't know how to pull on the door instead of pushing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, so we know what we're gonna do here. I'm just gonna like flavor it up a little bit. So it's Marcus just says something like, listen, my friend had a point. It's been a really long day. So now you listen here and you listen good, you second-rate black bait beard imitating motherfucker. All I wanted to do was sit down and play a nice game of poker. But instead, I have to do this bullshit. So I guess it's my turn. And he's gonna that's an unsettling words and a spray of cards.
Oh.
Yep. So I will need a dex save at a minus D8.
Jed just like whispers to Chauncey, is Marcus the cool one? Is Marcus my favorite out of all of them? We've only spent like 2 days with Marcus, but I think he's my favorite.
I mean, how can you have only one favorite? The only one of them
All right,
that I don't
so that
particularly
means
get along with is the dwarf lady. I forget her name.
So that means she gets a 14.
What you say, bro, mama? Yeah.
She gets a 14 on the saving throw against spray of cards.
Nope. That's a fail. So yeah, he's gonna take 3d10 force, and she is blinded. So let's get that.
Actually, she's going to do a legendary resistance. She's going to burn one of those. Sorry.
Fuck.
So she still takes damage, right?
Can I silvery barbs a legendary resistance?
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
That's poop. Yeah, I don't know. What does that do? Does she
I-
just save? Does she just automatically save it?
Yeah, that's what a legendary resistance
Okay,
does.
then yeah, she still takes damage. She'll take half.
Yeah.
Let me see what the thing is.
She just won't be blinded.
Yeah. Where is it? Because I have two different versions of this. Okay, it was this one. Oh, come on. And still spinning. You're right. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay. So that's half to a total of 4 force damage
Oh.
out of a third level spell slot. That I just oh no wait, that was the free cast. Oh thank God. Third level spell slot for 4 damage.
Oh, your Cartomancer feat.
Yeah, thank God.
Okay.
I get 1.
Yep. Well, better luck next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so she can't do that. All right. So that means Jed, it's your turn.
Sweet. Chauncey said she's a vampire. All right, I'm casting daylight.
All right.
Cool.
So a big orb of daylight appears in this very tiny room.
Of course. All right. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, ooh, that's nasty. All right.
And then I'm a quicken spell a firebolt.
Cool.
That's gonna be a 12 to hit.
As she throws up her hands and ducks to try and cover her face, you aimed where her head was, and the firebolt sails over her head as she ducks, furiously
Damn it.
flailing and hissing. All right. So
So
it is
right in here for you.
All right. So it is now her turn. She takes a fuck ton of radiant damage because she's standing in sunlight.
Nice.
And she is then going to Yep. She's going to transform into a small bat and fly away. Fly 30 feet as she flies out the door.
Can I attack her?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once she sure. Chauncey's gonna take his opportunity attack to swing at her. Wait, that didn't go in my thing. That is a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
And I'm going to throw an arcane jolt on this one too, because why not? I can do it once per turn. And it's her turn. That's 3 of my 5 arcane jolts. Ooh, that's a couple 6s. We don't hate to see that. So 12, 16, 25 points of damage.
All right. As she then flies 30 feet, she had to use your action to transform.
She's still glowing and she can't go invisible.
Yes. Yep. Fly speed of 30 feet. Okay. So that is the end of her turn, which means, oh, it is the rat's turn. Flooding into the room is a swarm of rats, and they're going to go after the first person they see.
Knew it was gonna be rats.
What else would it be?
That
Jed,
Ah,
the rats swarm you. Let me pull up their stat block.
I wish they wouldn't.
Yeah, well, and they're going to start biting at your legs. Oh no. Does a 20 hit you?
It sure does.
Cool. You're going to be taking 11 points of piercing damage as these rats just start biting you. And
Dang.
that's all they can do. So now it's Adrien's turn.
How far away is she?
She flew 30 feet, so she's in the hallway, but not very far.
All right. I'll cast Lightning Bolt. Dexterity 16.
Cool. Um, she's gonna use a legendary resistance. She failed that
Great.
saving throw. However, I have to roll another saving throw as you lean out into the hallway and blast the lightning. You see a swarm of rats coming up the hallway, and they have to make the save as well. They do not make the save.
Okay.
So roll that lightning bolt damage as you get bonus targets.
I am going to go. Let's see. I will do cast 86. That is going to be 27 damage.
27. So that's going to be, she's going to only take 13 damage. And you said 27?
Correct.
You fry this swarm of rats. It is dead. You killed the swarm of rats before it even got into combat. So now we go back up to the top, since the last was the rats. We go back up to the top with Chauncey,
I'm gonna follow her into the hallway.
where you see about 200 dead rats fried from electricity.
So her fly speed's only 30 feet.
It is only 30 feet.
My movement speed's 35. Lovey Maze is 40, so we can catch up to her easy peasy. We're gonna start swinging. Swing, batter, batter, swing. That's a 29 to hit on my first swing.
That will hit.
Ooh, we got some fives and fours. We don't hate those. That's a 2 and a 3, though. So 11, 14, 19 points of damage on that one.
All right.
Attack the second. That is only a 15 to hit.
That will not hit as the bat dodges out of the way. It is still alive.
Okay, and Lovey May is going to just try to kick it out of the air with my bonus action. She gets a 27 to hit.
That will hit.
It's going to take 8 points of force damage.
Oof, she is still alive. Still flapping. All right. So that's the end of your turn, Chauncey. That means it is Marcus's turn, followed by Jed.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay. She is still a motherfucking bat. Yeah? Okay. Oh my God, I think all I've got left is like, oh no, I have a bunch of seconds. That's fine. I guess we will screw it. The Hex Eldritch Blaster. I got 120 feet. Yeah, let's do
All
that.
right.
Let me get back up to, yep, there it goes. Okay, first one, 27.
27 will hit.
Second one, not. That is a 10. So there we go. Damage the first 13, and then that is total of 19.
You blast her, and she transforms back into a vampire, and then she turns into mist
Oh, for
as she begins to float away. You're not quite sure where. You watch as the smoke kind of through a hole in the wall and vanishes.
We can't
rude.
back the smoke, right? Like she got downed and now. Okay.
Yes. I mean, Chauncey, if you would like to make a nature check with advantage since your mother is a vampire.
That is a 26. As a character, do I know what's going on?
Uh, yeah, you would. This is a vampire's. When a true vampire dies, it turns into mist and begins to return to its place of rest, where it can reform and arise once again. You have no idea where her final resting place is, or if she has more than one, or if one is even on the ship. Um,
Oh, cool, cool. So Chauncey's gonna be like, we downed her, but do I know how long it takes her to reform, maybe, or guesstimate?
Once she reaches her final resting place, she will instantly reform, but she will be at 0 hit points for an hour until it, and then after an hour, she will regain a hit point, and then her regeneration will come back in and she'll heal back up pretty quickly.
So we
Okay.
gotta find the place of rest.
Yeah. Try to find. Chauncey's just gonna like walk back into this very, very bright, like obnoxiously daylit room. Um, I mean, she's downed, but she's gonna reform somewhere, maybe in the ship, maybe off the ship. She kind of floated off.
Well, and more importantly, we ain't no closer to solving why it's so god dang wet.
I mean, might as well start.
I guess we got a boat down, maybe.
Well, there's a boat with potentially an angry vampire hidden somewhere in it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do we want to do a sweep? Also, wasn't there magic stuff in here?
Oh yeah, that fan's magical. I'll cast Identify on the fan.
All right. It is a wind fan.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
It's a wind fan.
Should we complete Lila's set?
How many fans does Lyla have?
She actually already has another wind fan, so if somebody else
Oh,
wants the wind fan, go
I'm
ahead.
sure Lyla has a lot of fans.
If we use both wind fans, do you think we can get this? But then again, the ship is stuck in the mud.
Ooh, what if we use the wind fan to get rid of the cloud in the sky?
Not that much wind.
Unfortunately not. So the other things in this room that are magical are there's a pen on the table that appears to be made, the body seems to be made of emerald. That one is magical. There is a ring in a display case, a small, tiny display case. It has some other like junky, useless rings in it, but one of those is magical.
Mhm.
Um, in her drawer, there are two potions that are magical. One is gray, one is blue. And there is a magical fist-sized teardrop-shaped sapphire.
Holy tits.
Damn.
Additionally, there is a bottle on the table that is magical. This one is interesting because it doesn't seem like a magical item per se. It only radiates abjuration magic. And when you pick it up, it sounds like there's gemstones inside of it.
I I mean, I can spend time identifying these. What
Why don't we
Quickly,
do that?
can
no,
you
I'll
but
hunt a good
identify the
vampire.
emerald pen?
we I'm gonna do this after we're safe because we're in the middle of a fucking vampire's lair.
Right, right. Just grab anything that you
Yeah.
think looks interesting and
Throw it in the bag. I'll identify it later.
Grabbing the
No.
I'm grabbing the emerald pen.
who knows how to sail?
I think we should probably do a sweep of the ship first to find
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
vampire
just
corpse.
take a look.
I think we should go to like the most bottom part of the ship. That seems like the most safe bet.
Nope, not gonna do it. Never mind.
What, you don't want to go into the obvious horror film?
Oh no, I was. Yep, let's go ahead and do that. That sounds like a great idea. I mean, they ain't gave us too much trouble so far, if I'm not thoroughly concerned.
All right. And do we still have the ball of sunlight that Jedidiah cast?
It
Mm,
lasts for
a
where is the
minute,
daylight?
hour.
Like an hour
An
or something.
hour.
All right, perfect. We can use that as a source of light for going down into the hull.
Does it travel or does it stay
Yeah,
where
it
you?
can travel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
If you
cool.
could you
cast
throw
it
it on
on
an
an
item?
object, it can travel with you if you pick up the object and move it with you.
What object did you put it on?
Mm.
Your hammer.
Uh-huh.
Oh God, fuck me.
Please.
All right. So you all are heading into the hull.
Sure.
I want to do, if it's cool, I want to do at least some of these investigation checks with the help action because I think I have the best investigation out of everybody.
Hmm.
All right.
Sure.
Because I feel like
Um,
that makes the most sense, right?
well, I have +8 investigation.
I got +9.
Have
You,
not.
if we pair off
Well,
in
how about
teams,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah.
Who wants to go with Chauncey? Who wants to go with Marcus?
Okay.
Or who wants to go with Chauncey and who wants to go with me?
Will you just start walking, Adrian? Come on, let's go.
Should I roll for investigation?
Yep. Roll me an investigation check.
That is going to be 18.
All right.
My investigation check is a 24.
All right. So
Ling.
both of you, I guess I would say you two would probably have the same idea. She's going to have her final resting place be very deep in the ship.
Yeah.
It'll be the deepest layer of protection. They will have to make it through the whole crew if the crew had stayed, but they did not.
All
You all make it to the very bottom of the ship. Chauncey gets there first with the investigation check.
right.
Hmm.
So whoever's with Chauncey, you make it down there first. But the others join you soon enough. And in the center of the hull, lined up are, of course, tons of coffins, almost piled on the sides.
Oh,
But in the exact center is a beautiful sarcophagus. It even has a sort of beautiful image of Vivian carved into the top of it, except it has long, wavy hair with flowers in it. She's wearing almost like a chemise of some kind. Her hands are crossed over her chest. Her eyes are closed peacefully. It's almost the opposite of what you saw of her. And the entire sarcophagus seems to be made of some sort of beautiful green stone, probably inset with tons of emeralds.
All right. Listen, my family is pretty decadent, but even this is a little too much.
no, I was gonna say that's a little excessive.
I mean, I could
Mhm.
pry the stones out of the fixtures and repurpose them.
Do we want to
Sure.
maybe
Let's
see if
stab her first.
there's somebody in there?
Let's open the sarcophagus.
All right. As you reach down and begin to move the lid of the sarcophagus, the stone comes to life. The eyes open, revealing emerald gemstones. Its mouth
Oh,
opens,
shit.
revealing emerald teeth as it swipes with its claw. I'm going to choose a random person.
Oh, fuck off.
Unfortunately, Adrien, you are targeted.
Uh,
It's going to make a claw attack against you. Does a 21 hit you?
what do you think?
You're going to be taking. That's not that bad. 11 points of slashing damage as this claw rakes down your body as it rips itself off of the lid of the sarcophagus. Is now this vampiress that is standing there. And I need everybody to once again roll initiative.
Ooh.
That's gonna. Oh, and we still do the D8, right?
Yes, because the 8 hours has not ended.
Ugh,
All
all the
right.
same.
That is going to be 18.
18 for Adrien,
15.
15 for Marcus,
7.
7 for Jed,
24.
24 for Chauncey. So Chauncey, you
Okay,
are
then.
acting first.
Smash it with a hammer.
Yeah, that's what Chauncey do.
Beat it with a rock.
First attack,
The sun hammered.
26.
That will hit.
That is not great damage. The highest I got was a 4. So that's let me see. Wait, math in my head. There we go. 16 points of damage.
16 points. None of that is force damage, right?
None of that is force damage, no.
Cool.
Second attack, it's just magical bludgeoning, magical fire.
Okay.
Second attack is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'll throw I was at 3. This will be number 4 of my arcane jolts for the day.
Does Arcane Jolt deal force
It
damage?
does deal force damage.
Separate that damage.
Okay, cool. So the non-force damage is going to be 19.
Uh-huh.
And then force damage is going to be 9.
As you smash this thing with your hammer and your force erupts out of it, cracks spiderweb through this thing as it shrieks in pain. The force damage seemed to have done more than you thought it would.
Perfect. Bonus action, Lovey Maze coming in with the steel chair, which is actually just her leg, which does force damage because it's hyper powered by bullshit anime.
Oh yeah.
God damn it, 19. So that's a 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's 9 points of force damage from Lovey May.
All right. As she smashes her leg into this thing, chunks of this thing go flying. As it shrieks in fear, you are clearly hurting it far more than you thought you would.
I'm just gonna be like, I don't think this thing likes force damage, everybody.
All right. So then, Adrien, it's your turn, followed by Marcus.
I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer.
All right. Quick question. Does the spell still take effect if it is immune to the frightened condition?
Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't say.
Interesting. I feel like it should.
Let me read further. Happens in nightmares of a creature you can see within range and create an illusion of its deepest fears. Visible only to that creature. Because I don't think I'm making it specifically afraid. I'm creating what it is specifically afraid of.
I mean,
it does apply the frightened condition.
It applies frightened. That's what it does.
But my question is, does the spell not deal psychic damage, or does it just successfully save?
On a successful save, the spell ends. It must succeed or take the damage. It's either or.
Okay, so it does seem to be
condition.
That is weird.
So it still has to save in order to not take the damage, but either way, it will not become frightened. It can't.
Okay, cool. All right. It's gonna roll the saving throw, and what saving throw is it?
Wisdom 16.
Wisdom. Yeah. It's gonna use its legendary resistance.
Well, that will do.
So I think it still takes half damage, but then it won't be continually frightened and harmed, right?
Nope. It takes no damage.
Oh. Okay. At that, let me see. Is there anything else that you can do, Adrien? All right.
I can flip it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe back away so it doesn't claw you again.
Shout at it.
All right. It's going to use its legendary action, and it's going to launch itself at you, Chauncey, since you did the most damage to it. Does a 21 hit you?
A 21 is not going to hit me when I use my reaction to cast Shield.
All right. So that is her legendary reaction. Marcus, it's your turn.
Oh, I really want to try something super weird,
Uh-huh.
but I,
Do it.
but okay. So above game just for 2 hot seconds.
Uh-huh.
If we're assuming that she's in there, what do we think happens if I reduce its size?
What size?
The coffin. I mean, it's a creature technically, so it would have to, save. But if there's a
I think
person in there, and
the
I,
It's
creature
just the
lifted itself
statue on the
off of the,
lid.
yeah.
This
oh, it came off.
it came off the lid.
Oh,
The
okay, okay.
statue's alive, the sarcophagus is not.
Oh well, fuck that. Then we'll just kill that thing.
You
And
could target just the object.
I mean, yeah,
Squish her.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, can I just crush her to death with 1 hit point in there? It's an object at this point.
Um, can you enlarge reduce objects with
Yeah.
You
enlarge
can.
reduce?
I
Yeah.
encountered this in my game that I ran yesterday.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
Not
you
this
can.
use of it, but I had to learn that it does work on objects. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's in fact it works better on objects because only creatures have
Because
to
they can't
save.
save. Yeah.
All right. So you do reduce it. You
Can
cause
I?
the coffin to shrink.
Yep. Swoosh.
You hear cracking and crunching of
Oh
bones,
God.
and the same mist rises into the air and hovers around it, awaiting for the coffin to return to its normal size so it may go back into it.
Beautiful. And also technically she was hexed when she died, so I can use my bonus action to move my hex to the sarcophagus creature.
You certainly can.
Boom. There we go.
All right. So it is finally this creature's turn. It hmm it can make multiple attacks. So it's going to make an attack against each one of you as
Yay.
it whirls around, shrieking, slashing. So we'll start since Adrien left. Oh, there's Adrien again. Let's start with Marcus. That's probably not going to hit. That's a 12.
It does not. Yay. I'm so squishy. And I
Chauncey, it's
dodged
probably
one.
not going to hit. That's 16.
It does not. I'm at 23 currently.
Jedidiah, that's definitely not going to hit. That's only a 13. And Adrien. Oh my God.
Yay.
Does a 25 hit you?
Yes.
All
Silvery
right.
barbs.
21.
Yes.
All right, we'll give the advantage to Chauncey.
It's going to be 11 points of slashing damage. And then,
Where is...
yep, that's going to be 11 points of slashing damage. So that is the end of its turn. And so now we go to Jed.
Cool. I'm a 3rd level Scorching Rayer.
All right.
All right. Scorching Ray. The first attack is a 12.
That does
Missing that
not hit. It
misses.
splashes
Cool.
over the emerald skin of this creature.
Damn, I'm rolling so shit. The next one's a 13.
That does not hit either as it splashes across this creature's hide.
18.
That one hits.
Thank you. And then a 23. All
23
right,
will hit.
so I get 2 bolts that are hitting. So the first one does 10, the second one does 14. So it's 24 fire damage.
All right. This thing
And
is
then I'm a
not looking
quicken
too
spell,
good.
a firebolt.
All right.
Natural 20.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
So that's what, 20 what?
I'm rolling it. Okay, so it's 20 plus 13 for 33 plus 5. It's 38 fire damage.
You wang this firebolt directly into its chest and blast it into chunks. It is dead. You watch as the coffin returns to normal size, but crumbles as all the stones turn gray, the color leached out of them. And the mist swirling in the air quivers as it begins to fall like snow, and you hear a distant scream as you've destroyed her final resting place, and she had nowhere else to go.
Bye bye.
You have
Now we have a
defeated,
ship.
and you do
Good
have the
lord.
other items that you haven't identified yet.
Yeah.
Can I
Someone heal me, please.
Oh,
Oh,
All right, come here.
no.
can I harvest emeralds from the dead sarcophagus lid?
It looks like they've turned into broken glass.
Lame.
I
Sorry.
can.
All right, Adrien, you can get 18 points of healing.
And if nope, I'm out of bardic inspiration die. Okay. I can give you some Kedum's ointment, I think. Do I have that here somewhere? Here it is.
Yes.
Uses do I have left?
I've got a first level spell slot. I can, or two. I can sling a
You don't
healing
need to go
word.
use an item right now. We're probably done for now.
Okay.
Could take a short rest.
Cool.
You can get 11 more hit points off Chauncey casting Cure Wounds on you.
All right, we are still no closer to figuring out this stupid ocean.
So what was how many health points?
11 off
11?
Chauncey, 18 off Jed,
Thank you.
I believe. You're right, but can we go upstairs? It's kind of musty down here.
Guess we better check the tide levels at any rate.
Oh, those what if those
Our
poor
horse is
horses are
drowning.
You
Oh,
go back up to the decks and look over. Your horses are not drowning. Um, it looks like they're probably incredibly uncomfortable, but they're not drowning. They've actually walked themselves back over to the road so that the water only comes up to their stomachs rather than up to like their necks. It also means that your wagon is out of the water. It's no, the water isn't sloshing at the halfway point. It's now only like barely under the carriage, so your stuff is ostensibly safer. But it would mean you would have to move a distance to get to your carriage. Um, but you do have all the items
Yeah,
that you
we'll
wanted to
ritual
identify.
cast identify on the items once we
All
get back
right.
up to the captain's quarters.
So you have an emerald pen. It allows you to cast illusory script at will.
hmm.
You have your wind fan. You have a ring of swimming.
Hey.
Teehee. The potions are a potion of lightning resistance and a potion of thunder resistance. And the sapphire is a water elemental gem. That means that you can crush it in your hand and automatically cast Conjure Elemental to conjure a water elemental. However, once that water elemental goes away at the end of the spell, it's gone. The
Yep.
sapphire also turns to dust and can't be reacquired. The bottle, however, seems to be it's not really a magical item as much as it seems to be a key of some kind.
Big little spoon. Small.
Is it one of those tiny chest spells?
Can I figure out what kind of key it's to? Like, what's this a key to? I'm wondering.
Do you have detect magic up still?
I can have detect magic up as a ritual if I need to.
All right, we'll say you do it. The abjuration magic connected to the bottle flows away from you towards the captain's cabin,
Hmm.
as the magic seems to be tethered to the bottle.
Okay. Follow the trail, everybody.
Something funny about that bottle there, Chauncey?
There's a leash of magic between it and something back in the quarters.
Hmm.
Might as well go take a look and figure out what the hell this thing does.
As long as there ain't no more nasty lurking around the corners, I suppose.
As you get back to the captain's quarters, the leash of magic seems to go into the painting that seems to ripple a little bit, at least to you, since you have the detect magic up. It's connected to the painting.
Oh, it's a magical paint. Can I cast Identify on the magical painting?
Um, it's not technically an item, so no.
Well, the painting's magic, everybody. Can I Arcana check what kind of magic this painting is?
Yes. Let me actually check something real quick. May or may not be checking a spell that the condition is a lot like. Because I think it's one thing, but I need to check just so that I don't do. Where is it? It is conjuration magic, the painting.
Well, I got a 14 on an Arcana check on the painting. Not particularly my best Arcana. Um,
Um, I mean, it could be a painting with something inside of it. There's magic to place things, objects, people, demiplanes inside of paintings.
I'm gonna reach out and try touching it.
It is a painting.
Let me try Arcana.
Sure,
Never mind. That's a 13.
you've never encountered any kind of magic like this before and haven't really read about it.
Can I poke it with the bottle that is fucking tethered to it and see if anything happens?
Nothing happens as you poke it with the bottle.
Well, I'm stumped, everybody.
Can you? Is there anything? Is there? What's inside the bottle?
You shake it around, it sounds like there's gemstones in it.
Open up the bottle.
Can you pour them out?
Do you pour it out?
I don't fucking have a better idea at this point.
All right.
Go for
You
it.
uncork the bottle and tip it over, and you hear the rattling of gemstones, but nothing comes out. But for a moment, the painting seems to come to life, almost like it's a window. You can see sand blowing by, birds flying in the sky. It looks like a three-dimensional space, before in front of it, swirling, is this huge portal made of sand.
Ah, quirk. Well,
We got
who's
a
first,
portal
man?
to an
I
island
guess-
somewhere.
Maybe they'll have margaritas.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, after all.
I feel like this is even further out of our intended direction than we've already been.
Right.
It looks dry though, so I'm down to go.
Yep, 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 yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna walk through.
All right, so you walk through. Chauncey, you still have your detect magic up.
Yes.
This entire room is made of illusion magic
Hmm.
as you walk into it. It is richly decorated. Carpets and tapestries hang from the ceiling along with lanterns and tassels. There are beautiful, almost keyhole-shaped windows that look out on a vast city. Beautiful onion domes and minarets soar into the sky as puffy white clouds float across it. It smells like incense. There's incense burners everywhere, rugs on the floor, pillows and low couches. And in the center of the room, laying on one of these couches, it's a very large room, about 60 feet across, are two creatures. They're humanoid up top, but they have the lower bodies of lions, almost like a lion centaur.
Hmm.
One is a man that has a turban on his head and a sort of vest that he's wearing, along with a very fancy looking belt covered in gold and tassels, and almost like a sort of cloak that lays over his leonine body. And it's the same with the woman, except she has a long braid down her back and a veil across her mouth and nose made out of the sheer sort of material so you can still see it. She has sort of a very flowy looking top on. All both of them are wearing bangles on their arms and on their legs, and they look up. Who who are you? The female one asks. If anyone would like to make a nature check or an arcana check, you certainly may.
Oh, why not?
16.
16,
22.
22. All right.
23.
All right.
Oh wait,
So,
do we still include the
no, that's
D8?
only for initiative.
Yeah, it's only for initiative.
That's what I thought.
So, Adrian, you would remember these are Lamia. They are leonine-like creatures, and they have powers of illusion, as well as the ability to control people. Jed and Chauncey, you would know that information, but you would also know that they are created by the demon lord Grozd. It was something that he did to reward his cultists. However, while a lot of people view them as being purely evil races don't really exist. If they have free will, they can choose to be good. If they don't have free will, they're automata and therefore cannot be evil. So a truly evil race cannot exist. But you do not know whether or not these ones are evil or whether they are good, but you know that they can control people. Grozd would have them bring people under their thrall and use their controlling magic um, to keep them enslaved. But if they're good, they might not do that.
Cool.
Hmm.
Jedidiah wants to subtle spell to detect thoughts.
All right, let me check if there's anything that means they can't have their minds read. I don't think they do, but I want to check.
While he's reading their minds, I'll just, I don't know, say something about, well, honestly, we was just innocently traveling by when came this big old storm, bunch of sea creatures, huge ship, pirates attacked us, all kinds of crazy business. And, you know, we won and ended up here.
Both of the Lamia, you can read their minds. Both of them,
Cool.
instantly their first thought is, this isn't Vivian. Does that mean we're free? Can we finally leave?
I'm gonna shoot a mental message to my boys. Be like, Vivian's keeping them trapped. They want to know if they can leave.
Yes, Vivian is dead.
Oh, uh, yeah,
Maybe
that's
we play this closer to our chests.
After Adrian has said that out loud, it seems, and you watch as they both kind of breathe a sigh of relief. That means we can return. I do not know how we are going to return. We are so far away. Where are we? Where in the cosmos?
Amarilla.
I have never heard of such place.
On the
We are
plate,
from the city of Brass, if you have heard of it.
Uh,
Have we heard the city of brass?
If you
no.
want to make
Allie?
an Arcana check or a Nature check or History check, I will allow it.
16.
I'm rolling
Um,
hot on Arcana. I got
that is
19.
a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Roll poop.
What did Jed get?
19.
19. All right. So all of you that rolled would know the city of Brass is one of the most important cities in the Plane of Fire. It is ruled by Ifrit, which are fire genies, but there are tons of other creatures that live there as well. Some fire genasi are known for being there. They have plenty of salamanders that live there as well. The sort of presumably the sort of lizard folk that you fought earlier when you were hunting the salamander would live there. Anything fiery and hot that would require heat to live, but also apparently Lamia. I do not know
I'm
how to
sorry,
thank you.
friend. It seems like you're a long way from home.
It seems we are. Do you know of any way we could get back?
I don't
You're on
even
the
know how
material
to go
plane
there.
right now, so
We still trying to get to the next town. I mean,
If you'd like,
Well,
you could join us.
I do not know if that will be necessary. We want to get home as quickly as possible.
You wouldn't happen to be able to take a giant, massive storm with you on the way out, would you?
I do not know. She always had a storm over her ship.
Do you know how to break the storm?
I would presume if she died, then it would be gone.
Oh, but Chauncey's just like, oh, we didn't check outside after we killed the bitch.
we looked at the horses.
Oh, was the storm done when we looked at the horses?
Interestingly, no, it was not.
Yay!
cool. Well, yeah.
Well, it seems like that isn't true. Um,
Maybe it has to do with the ship itself.
We could burn the boat.
that'd be
I,
very hard in the middle of a storm.
I mean, surely they have some explosives to man the cannons. We just need to put it in the right spot and light them
Maybe
up.
some lamp oil.
well, she would definitely have cannons. She used them um against the other ships. She had the scry on them and find them, locate them, and then she would attack them. That is how she could find things in the astral sea.
Oh,
Why was she keeping you here?
We can scry. We have the power to see far beyond,
And
and
this
so
whole
she
time,
kept
Jedidiah is
us.
very suspicious, and he's reading their minds to make sure what they're thinking matches what they're saying.
That it is matching what they're saying.
Okay.
They're also longing for freedom to be able to just leave.
And
Um,
when I see longing for freedom, do I see we want to get home and be with our family? Do I see we want to return to the plane of fire so we can wreak havoc and murder and like
it is very much a we want to go home. I will say
okay.
one of them seems to be dreaming of laying down in one of the great libraries and reading a book. The other one is longing for a very delicious smelling cup of coffee, as well as a hummus and a warm pita with plenty of sea salt and rosemary and that kind of thing. It seems they are longing to return home to a more peaceful life.
All right. I'll ping in everyone's heads again and be like, all right, they seem like they're on the up and up.
well, come through. We should just take them through the portal with us back, right?
Yeah. Could you do us a favor actually? And scry on the gunpowder witches? Oh wait, you need like objects and stuff for that, don't you?
We can try without them. Do you know who you exactly want to scry on?
Did we get names?
We didn't get names of any of the
No.
witches.
No.
It's
No, no
it's unknown
names.
how many of them there even are, let alone what their identities are.
If you can scry, can you how well can you see the weave?
Uh, Not very many people can see the weave. We may cast spells, but we do not see the weave.
Okay. Chauncey's theory is still untested.
All right. Well,
I don't know that
yeah.
we can really be of much help to each other here.
We can free them at
It's
least.
honestly nice to run into somebody today that isn't just trying to kill us.
Well, yes.
Like
Break is
we're like 4 for 4 on people trying to kill us just immediately today alone.
yeah.
It was
Been
a
a
very
rough day.
violent day.
But yeah, I'm not sure how we would be able to get you back to your home realm.
Do you
But you
know
can come to ours.
do you know of any powerful wizard or mage or sage that might be able to cast spells?
I mean, the most powerful wizard I know is Mayor Yvonne, but I don't know if she's capable of
plane
plane
shifting
shifting.
somebody.
I mean, it is worth a try. Maybe we could go and visit this wizard and see what they might be able to do for us.
Yeah, more's the
Well,
merrier. Do either of you know how to sail one of these big bastards?
I think the boat's
No,
grounded too, so
no,
do you know how this
unfortunately.
boat got here? Also, what did we get your names already?
Oh, we did not introduce ourselves. I am Asmia, and I am Zufar.
Osmia and Zufar. All
Yes,
right. Jedidiah, Adrien, Chauncey, and Marcus.
it is lovely to meet you.
Oh, wait, is Jed not in Virgil mode right now?
No, he's in Jed mode.
Oh.
Um, well, yeah, I mean, we're from a town called Drake's Ridge, where our mayor is a wizard, but I'm afraid she might not be powerful enough to help you, but you're welcome to ask.
It is worth a shot.
Can't be worse than living in this room.
Yes.
Yes,
It is beautiful illusions you've put in place. They're more complex than anyone else I've ever seen.
it is the only way to make this place sufferable at all. And she actually waves her hand, and as it does, everything vanishes. It's just a round stone room.
Jesus. I mean, oh, oh, oh.
Yes, it was insufferable.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, go on then. I mean, the portal's just kind of hanging wide open. I think she left
Of
some rum in
course.
there or something. If y'all want to,
Well, if you would point us in the direction of this Yvonne wizard, then we will get on our way.
It's quite a quite a travel. We're on a different
yeah.
light than than she's on.
It is better than being trapped here in this room.
Can I pull out once we get out of the room, I'm gonna pull out a map or something or some paper and draw them a map. Just
All
a
right. Do you draw them a
rudimentary
map
map.
in the captain's quarters, or do you leave the captain's quarters as well?
We'll draw them a map in the captain's quarters, and I do have proficiency with cartographer's tools.
Cool. Roll
Hey.
me that check, and I'm going to use intelligence, of course, because you have to
Um,
know what you're doing.
yeah. So that will be I only got a 6 total, but then I add 13 to it, so 19.
Are you sure
It's a
that peninsula in Ponderosa looks like that?
I'm sorry, map critic. Would you Chauncey's just gonna hold out a pen. He's like, would you please? I'd love to see your artistic skills, Jetty.
Mr. Dora the
Uh,
Explorer.
all right.
Yes.
I'll make a check. I have
all
no
right.
proficiency in anything involving this.
I would
Uh,
say history is probably the best option there.
+1. Hell yeah. That's an
I mean, this
8.
is this is a toolkit check, so
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
proficient in that either, and it would still just be my intelligence score, which is still just a +1.
So yeah, it is very obviously as you like redraw this, your hand is shaking, you're kind of second guessing yourself. There's a point where you hit the quill wrong and a little bit of ink comes out. It's just like, oh,
There. Masterful.
Uh-huh.
you're lucky you're cute.
All right, so she's in Gold Rush, in Drake's Ridge, so it's quite a far ways away from here.
Yeah.
well, it will be worth it.
Can you fly? Because if you can't fly, you're gonna need to procure a passage on a ship.
Unfortunately, we cannot fly.
Oh, Chauncey's gonna reach into his bag of holding and pull out some of his gold, and he's gonna be like, "How much gold do you think it is to take a boat from Amarillo to the other plate?"
Oh, gosh.
I don't know.
The history check, how much would that cost?
Yeah, let's do a history check. How much would it cost to
Sure.
broker a? That's a 24. How much do I think it would cost them to get passage from here to there?
It's probably going to be like 5 gold per person.
Oh, yeah,
You all on the times you've been sailing, it's either been chartered for you or you got it for a steal or a part of a bundle, so it's you've never had to outright pay for a ticket.
I'm
Right.
gonna give them 20 gold to get them there between getting ships and getting supplies and stuff. That's got to be more than enough to get rooms and things and food on their way.
You are very gracious. Thank you so much for all that you have done for us.
Um,
Just
no,
make sure you get there safe.
We will try.
stay dry, I guess.
All right. And so you walk out of the captain's quarters into a wheat field. The sun is shining, and you're on the ground. This
I'm
door
sorry.
is sticking up out of the ground. There's a few wooden
Screech.
beams of what appears to be the ship's hull, where the curve comes up, but it's just a skeleton, barely even visible, buried in the earth. And as you turn around to see where the door is gone, completely gone.
So, what?
I will say the ground is muddy, and as the water is evaporating, there does seem to be salt crystals that are left on the top of the mud, but otherwise, it's as if there was not even a ship or ocean here.
Are the Lamias still with us?
The Lamias are still with you, and they're staring. I guess
Well,
you have destroyed her entirely.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, we
we did
did.
that a minute ago.
We have got killed her, destroyed her final resting place, listened to her phantom screams as she sunk into whatever happens.
Not to mention her little friends.
Yeah.
Mostly death stuff. Yeah.
I mean, really, rats? It's so passe.
Some people like a classic.
My mother keeps colonies of bats at our home.
My mother actually keeps dogs.
and that's not cliche. What?
Bats are not cliche. Bats are a classic.
And hounds
All
are
right.
forever.
And I'll have you know scientifically, the bat
Diamonds
who
are a
lived.
girl's best friends. So we're here now. We're going this way, which I don't think is the same way as you if you're trying to get to Drake's Ridge.
Yes,
No, probably not. I think we're headed further inland.
Yes, you are heading further inland.
Safe travels, bon voyage.
Thank you. We are in your debt.
I guess we'll look you up if we ever find ourselves in the plane of fire.
City.
Oh, most certainly. The city of Brass is a wonderful place, full of trade and beautiful buildings and parks. It is a beautiful place.
Sounds lovely.
Well, this is goodbye. I hope we see you again someday.
Be safe.
And they gallop off down the road in the opposite direction. As you all leave and go back to your carriage, the carriage is still dripping wet, but there's no water around it. The horses are looking around a bit confused, and lying in the mud is a sign that says, what did I put that it says? Watch for ships 20 miles.
What?
If you would like to make a nature check, you certainly can.
Okay.
Or
That's 18 for me.
18,
27 for Chauncey.
27 for Chauncey.
I'm rolling so good on all these stupid checks. I got 21.
21. Okay. Amarillo is actually in various places slightly below sea level, which means vast portions of the plate can actually be sailed over by ships. And so some people take shortcuts across the land of Amarillo, but there are places that you can't go as the ground is too high. You wouldn't be able to get to a place like Stag Chapel by ship, but you could get other places by ship.
And that's how she got stuck.
We went over the wrong landmass.
Something like
So
that.
she's also just a bad captain.
Well, we knew
Apparently.
that.
She was a bad captain.
She was kind of shitty for a vampire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
where was
love
that
scary.
confidence coming from? Like, I feel like
She
if
did.
I was alone, even if I was like a crazy powerful vampire, and then like four scary people showed up from my house, I wouldn't be like, I'm gonna get you. I'm severely outnumbered. Like,
Yeah, she did have a lot of talk.
like once again, if she just come up during the first fight, if anyone else had joined in the fight, that would have been a problem. Like,
Almost like these people are overconfident in their abilities.
Well, worked out for us in either way.
True. I mean, it was a lot. No, we barely got by with a scrape other than Adrien.
Thanks.
Except being halfway out of magic.
Oh yes, my Chauncey's like, oh, he has one spell slot left at this point. It's like that's a good point. I did a lot more magic today than I typically do, even myself.
Same.
So,
Well,
um,
back to the damn wagon, I guess.
I can still
yeah.
cast hammer though.
I'm just hoping we see a bed sometime.
And we might be camping out.
Again.
We didn't camp out last night.
I know, but just it's been a real long day. Just looking forward to being there.
Used to it.
I'm trying.
Listen, we get enough of Lyla being a drama queen. We don't need it from you two.
Eh,
All right. So you all hop back into your covered wagon, and away you go. And due to this being a different circumstance than before, since you all had to stop and do a lot of stuff, I would like you all to make your checks once again. Of course, if you would like to change abilities that you're using, you certainly can.
oops, I meant to. It's the same roll.
I'm not good at anything physical, Spencer.
Maybe you can deceive us through
Yeah.
this section.
Can I lie to the road?
Right, yeah.
Mm-mm. That
I'm
might
just
work on other
saying-
planes, but it doesn't work on this one.
Campaign 1, when we had to go through that city of fireballs, I used persuasion checks to get us through by
True.
egging you all on and making fun of you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you did. You did, didn't you?
Follow me on this journey, everyone.
Yes.
As you were dodging comets.
Jed's
No.
not a pep talk kind of guy.
Intimidation check. If you don't get
Yeah,
your shit together and steer
that's
straight.
more along what Jed would do. Yeah.
Intimidate the horses to go faster. Oh, that's just
Run
animal cruelty,
right.
you know.
Run better.
Well, I got a 12 for stealth.
I
Well,
rolled
for
a
stealth,
four.
okay. A
Sorry.
14.
I rolled a 14 for investigation.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do nature because fuck this place and this fucked up weird. It's a C, it's not a C. I got a 28.
Okay.
And Marcus got a 22 on perceptions.
All right. So as you all are trundling along, it's weird. You can still barely smell the sea, but eventually the smell goes away. And the wheat, interestingly, doesn't look like it's been flooded or waterlogged at any point. It's still waving and relatively dry, but the street, the road that you're on, is still muddy for some reason. But eventually, the nice, lovely, sunshiny day that you have found yourselves in eventually begins to dry the road, and you are trundling along a regular road once again. It's shockingly normal Occasionally you see a herd of buffalo. Occasionally you see maybe a deer or a cougar of some kind laying on a rock, a few trees here and there, a windmill, maybe, and a small grouping of houses that might just be a small little community. It doesn't really count as a town, but as you continue on, you see a sign pointing that says Brokenbranch, 5 miles. The
Oh,
sun is
thank
beginning
God.
to set as you trundle your way into town. It's probably twilight at this point. The stars are beginning to come out. The moon hasn't quite appeared in the sky yet, but the sun has definitely set. Broken Branch seems to be once again another relatively rural farming community. Um, Also growing wheat. And you see the Jack of Clubs, a small tavern sitting at the edge of town, seemingly on the way out. Its old sign hanging loosely. It seems the innermost parts of Amarillo don't get a lot of travel, but this place is still up and still operating.
There she is, ain't it?
Do we have so the party knows that we're here for you to check out that place too, right?
Yeah, I think she did mention that. Did Lyla mention the specific name of the place? No, I don't think she did. Okay, so Marcus would say, I don't know, something like, "Oh, yeah, so I think that's the club that my beloved patron mentioned to me."
Are we gonna have to go in and kill? Is something else gonna try to kill us today?
Oh, Lord, I hope not.
Only one way to find out.
Like I said, I was just looking forward to sitting down and having a nice game of poker.
Nice game of what?
Poker.
Oh,
Poker, I
okay.
hardly know her. Um,
All right. So you all make your way inside the Jack of Clubs. It's small, it's quaint, it's a stereotypical saloon. It has some rooms for rent, obviously, and there's a woman standing behind the bar. She looks dead tired, her eyes kind of almost closing, dark circles under her eyes as she's cleaning out one of the steins. Hello, welcome to the Jack of Clubs. Anything I can get you to drink?
uh, yes, anything sounds great at this point.
All right. And she pours you some ale from the tap and hands you a mug. All right. Anything else for y'all? We have potatoes. We have some nice fluffy bread.
Uh,
Um,
yeah,
I'll
just
take sorry. I'll take a quart of red wine and some bread, please.
Surprisingly, we do have wine. All right. And she pours a glass of wine for you and slices off a bit of bread. All right.
I'm not much for drinking. I say silly things when I do.
hmm,
Don't we all? Are you planning on staying the night? You seem like you're from out of town.
yeah, I think that'd probably be best.
How many rooms do you have?
We have four, but only three are available.
Something tells me that ought to do fine.
Yep. Two, one for me, one for my friend over here, he points to Marcus, and two for these two. Or just and one for these two. Sorry.
All right. That'll be 1 gold for everything.
Oh, well, hell. All right.
Oh,
You are.
Thank you. And she takes the gold and she hands out the keys. Please don't lose these.
God, she sounds real excited to be here, don't she?
Eh, it's what all customer service is like.
Um, Looking for somebody, by the way. Shit, I don't remember if there was like did above game, did he give me like a passphrase or something? I think there
Yeah, it
was
was to hand him a, I believe it was a
King of Hearts,
jack. It would be a King of Spades.
King of Spades. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to do that to the goblin when I see him.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was right. So nothing to do with this lady.
Any
Okay.
suspicious goblins in the room?
Um,
Investigation.
Hmm.
Perception.
Sure, perception. Yeah.
Terrible.
17.
How am
Chauncey
I
got a
rolling
4.
shit?
Hmm.
Ah, poop. 15.
Okay, not bad. So yeah.
Jed.
Got a 25.
Okay, so Jed, you definitely spot this. Um, it sounds like Adrian and Marcus definitely spot this as well, but it takes them a hot second to find him. Sitting
Chauncey's
at a
blind.
Yeah.
sitting at a table that is positioned in such a way that you can't see it from the front door, or at least the side that he's sitting on from the front door, is indeed a goblin, a very familiar looking goblin with a top hat and a vest, seeming to be rifling through a deck of cards, playing solitaire by himself at a table. This is definitely Full House. You've seen him in dreams before.
Ah,
Marcus, if I had to bet on it being
yeah. I
someone,
realized just the top hat and the whole
the cards,
thing. Yeah.
the
I got,
only goblin in the bar.
I'm going. Okay. Damn. Give me a minute. Yes. Yeah. I'll walk over and sit down.
Well, hi there. What can I do for you?
Oh, just think about maybe a game or two. Looked like a fella that fancied one.
I certainly do. And he
Well,
gathers up his cards. Well, you got the
what's
card?
I think I do, and pull out the requested card,
All right. He
King
takes
of
a look at it.
Spades or whatever it was. Yeah.
All right. And he hands it back. Well, unfortunately for you, you're going to have to wait until tomorrow. Seems there's a player missing, we'll just say.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll have to wait for him to come.
okay. Is this a like poker situation? Gin, gambling for your soul? What are we doing?
Well, could be all three. You never know.
Yep, that is kind of the thing with y'all. So you just been waiting here this whole time, or what?
In ways, yes, in ways, no.
Hmm. I don't suppose you're gonna tell me who this other player is.
I think you probably know who they are. They might be in here any minute now.
Do I?
About a half second later, smashing through the saloon doors, doubling over and taking several deep breaths, is a very familiar elf with a cloak and a Siamese cat Tressym. As
Ah,
he looks up, oh, you beat me all here. It is Shaw. And that's where we're going to end this week's episode. So join us soon. I believe this is going to be sort of an awkward over the hiatus. I think there's going to be an extra week in between things.
yeah.
Don't quite know. But when we come back, we will have a new permanent party member, which is Shaw, the Diviner Wizard. So join us next week as we're going to enter the House of Cards and maybe find some extra things out about the mysterious changeling of the group. So I will see you all soon.